Hi, Racer fans. It's time for the Christmas week show of the Racer Report. And today on the show, we're going to meet assistant coaches Matt McMahon, William Small, and James Kane. We'll do it next on the Racer Report. Hi, folks, and welcome to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm here during Christmas week. And we've got something special planned for you, Racer fans, here today. We're giving Coach Prohm the week off from the show after that big win against Western Kentucky. And we're actually in the Murray Room here tonight in the CFSB Center as we tape our program after the Racers' big win against Western Kentucky, 75-70. That means by the time you see this show, the Racers will have played at Arkansas State and Dayton, but we'll catch up with those games the next time around with head coach Steve Prohm. But coming up on today's show, it's kind of our day to visit with the assistant coaches. We're going to begin with William Small and then also Matt McMahon and James Kane before this show's over, the assistant coaches with Murray State. But in this first part of the show on the Racer Report, let's just take a look at some of the key moments as we've gotten to this point with the Racers winning against Western Kentucky on December the 16th. Let's start with that trip to the Charleston Classic. The Racers went up against the Auburn Tigers and really played well. And, you know, going up against an SEC team, you kind of wondered how it was going to go. But the Racers held the Tigers to without a field goal for 7 minutes in that first half, led it by 26 at the half, and really just ran away with this one, 79-59 to start the race or to the Charleston Classic. And then in the semifinals, the Racers faced off with a very talented Big East team from St. John's, and Murray State needed a 13-3 run at the end of the first half to cut the lead to 3 at the half. They were really in big trouble there, and then used a 7-0 run in the span of 45 seconds to get the lead. This is one of the weirdest plays of the year. It was a three-pointer by Wilson, then a quick steal and reverse layup by Dexter Fields. That seemed to turn the whole game around as the Racers went on to beat the Redmen 72-67. The Red Storm, by the way. Sorry about that. They've changed their name. And then that put the Racers into the Charleston Classic title game against Colorado. And, folks, this was a tie game with about 6:30 to go, and the Racers kind of fell behind there, but couldn't make the shots down the stretch, and fell 81-74, just their third loss at that point in 37 games. And then the Racers came back home against Old Dominion. This game was tied with 6:30 to go, and the Racers pulled that one out and got a big victory. And then there was the road game at Evansville, and Brandon Garrett played very big in this day. At the Ford Center, 16.8 rebounds. That was career highs for him. Ed Daniel had his 6th straight double-double, 21 points and 15 rebounds. Isaiah Canada had a 21, Stacy Wilson 18. And then that took us to, after the week of finals, to the Western Kentucky game, which you saw some of those highlights on last week's show. The Racers just doing a great job in getting a victory in front of more than 7,000 folks at the CFSB Center by this final score, 75-70. Just so many good players and good plays being made in that victory for the Racers against Western Kentucky. So that kind of gets us to this point in the season, and we mentioned that as we tape this show, it's before the Arkansas State and the Dayton game, which we'll catch up with those next time around. So we'll take our first break here on the Racer Report. When we come back next, assistant coach William Small.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
Ichalochen ukusanga.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Свой świat do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
Changzhou lấy đích未来.
Ferestre velünk a világot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi.
探索你的世界。
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers. Service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Christmas edition of the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. As we mentioned in the first segment, we're giving the head coach the week off this week and bringing in the assistant coaches. And we're going to start with William Small. And we're taping all this right after the Racers' big victory over Western Kentucky, which, Coach, I was really glad you guys won that game because I really didn't want to tape all this if the Racers didn't win, but they did. And certainly up to this point, as we get after the Western game, and we'll catch up with Arkansas State and Dayton later.
Okay.
8-1. Team's playing pretty good.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Playing together. The last couple games we got really better defensively, I think, personally. So when you're playing good defense this time of the year, it's going to help and you're going to keep growing. And that's what the plan is Coach Prohm has, laid out for us. So.
Yeah, well, the Racers are built on defense. There's no question about that. One thing we're going to do today on our Christmas week show is let the assistant coaches just give you a little insight into each player, and as we go along in these 3 segments. Let's start with Ed Daniel. 6 straight double-doubles halted against Western Kentucky. He's playing big right now.
But he only got 8, so we'll give him 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a warrior. The way to describe it is one word, warrior. He comes to work every day in practice. Sometimes you have to get him going, motivate him a little bit, but he works hard, and he really has I guess you could say, gained some confidence over the summer going and playing in the,
the various camps
this summer. So he's did really well, and he's playing really well. And what he's doing, he's probably helped Brandon as much as anybody. And Brandon's playing a lot better right now,
that brings us to our next racer, Brandon Garrett, senior from Phoenix, Arizona. He had another career high against Western Kentucky, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, well, we've sort of been on him, because Brown been on him a little bit about defensive rebounding. And, sometimes Brandon floats a little bit. So trying to get him focused into, being focused on the defensive end and rebounding, finishing plays and that kind of thing. So he's really did a good job on that, especially tonight against.
Yeah, he certainly played very, very well. And then let's move to a couple of the freshman big guys. First of all, Zay Henderson from Monroe, Louisiana. Very, very quiet young man, but he has certainly shown you some things he can do on the court too.
Yeah, Zay came in. He probably got a little out of shape, gained a few extra pounds that he didn't need. So over the last month or so, he's lost those pounds. So he's moving better. And what Zay has brought, especially as a freshman, Zay really understands what goes on. And that's probably the toughest thing as a freshman to really catch on to everything. And Zay has did a good job with that.
Okay, and then that brings us to Taryn Gilmore. We call him Pep. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. He's a freshman. Earlier in the season, he got a chance to play a little bit. Not so much lately, but when you watch this kid in practice, there's no question the physical tools that he has to play this game. And once he kind of figures some things out, he's going to be tough.
Yeah, he really is. Great kid, good person. You talk to him, he's always smiling. But here lately, just sort of like the grind. He got a little banged up. His knee was hurt, so he didn't practice for a day and didn't go as hard as he needed to go. And a guy like Zay has, caught on and sort of moved ahead of him a little bit. But trust me, we're going to need him a little down the road. We're going to need him. His athletic ability.
Yeah, well, just great young men there. And we'll, in the next segment with Coach McMahon, catch up with more racers and then James Kane later on. But Coach, you've been at this business a long, long time. Why do you do it? I'm going to ask all the coaches, why do you do it? It's a crazy game.
I get to meet people like you, good people that really cares about their craft. They like doing their job. So it's good and it's fun. And then, of course, I really enjoy being around the guys. I really enjoy being around the kids. So, I think I'm very blessed. I'm doing something I really enjoy doing.
Recruiting's never far from your mind, though.
No.
Would you say that's kind of your forte?
Yeah. You're only as good as your next recruit. And you want to, replacing guys like Ed and Isaiah and Stacy. There's, some big shoes to fill, so we got to always be on it.
Yeah, and as the season goes on, there's many highs and many lows. You're pretty level.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Coach, listen, I appreciate you stopping by here on our Christmas week show. Just a great chance to meet you guys and let our fans get reacquainted with you a little bit. They see you all the time, but they never get to hear you guys very much, so I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, head coach, our assistant coach, William Small here, as head coach Steve Prohm is to take a little break this week from the show and a good chance to meet the assistants again. So we'll take another break. Matt McMahon, assistant coach, is on the other side of this break, next on the Racer Report.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Coach is, of course, taking this Christmas week off from the show, and it's a good chance for us to catch up with the assistant coaches. You've met William Small and now Matt McMahon as we are taping after the Racers' a big win over Western Kentucky, Coach. And, what a crowd. Was that not fun or what?
Well, it was a great atmosphere. One of the first things people tell you when you get to Murray State is what that Western Kentucky rivalry is all about and how much it means to the people of Murray, the alumni, the fan base. So obviously it's great to come out on top with a big win.
Yeah, it was a great Sunday afternoon here at the bank. And like we did in the first segment with Coach Small, here in the second segment, we're going to just throw some of we thought we'd highlight the guys, And we're going to start with Isaiah Cannon. What can you say about the senior from Biloxi, Mississippi that hasn't already been said?
That's an easy one. I think the number one thing that stands out to me is he's the ultimate teammate, very selfless. You're talking about a guy who could probably take 30 shots a game and no one would have an argument, but he always makes the extra pass, makes the right play. Just to see his development, from what I've been told, came in about 170 pounds, and now he's up pushing 200, and he can just score in every way you can imagine. But guys love playing with him.
Coach McMahon here, he works with the guards a lot in practice. If you come out here to the arena during practice, he works with the guards. Let's talk about one of the freshmen, C.J. Ford, Fayetteville, North Carolina. You recruited him. He's done some great things already this season.
Well, C.J. is very athletic. Like all of our freshmen, it's an adjustment and a transition as you go from high school to the next level. The one benefit he has over other guys is he's going up against an All-American every day in practice. So that's only going to help him get better. And right now we just need him to be a great defender and come in and run the team when he's on the floor, and I think he's adjusting to that role.
Okay, and then let's move on to Dexter Fields, who was with the Racers as a transfer student athlete last year, played 2 seasons at UAB. He is a young man who hails from Orlando, Florida. He is a guy that kind of operates under the radar sometime, but at the end of the game you look and you just go, wow, he did a lot of good things to help the Racers get a win.
Well, we count on Dexter for a lot of things that don't show up in the box score. We need him to be an energy guy. He is a very tough and physical defender, a guy who always takes on the challenge of the opponent's best perimeter scorer. So he always has his hands full at the defensive end of the floor. And then obviously his ability to shoot the three. With the double teams that Isaiah is going to see, Dexter can really stretch the defense with his three-point range.
Okay, and then Stacy Wilson, senior from Mullen, South Carolina, stepped into the starting role this year. Lately he's been taking the ball to the rim quite a bit, probably from your advice, I'm sure.
No, I think really proud of Stacy. Just the jump he's taken in his game. Last year was more of a spot-up shooter. This year is showing his ability to create off the dribble, and has had a solid assist-to-turnover ratio. And he's another guy, obviously, we count on for a lot of offense, and he can score now, not just with a three-point shot, but also curling off screens and then breaking his man down off the dribble.
Well, we'll catch up with more of the Racers with Coach James Kane in the next segment. About a minute here before we have to let you go. And you talk about an energy guy. If our fans could just come on out to the arena anytime the Racers are practicing, and the practices are open and we have some fans stop by, you are a ball of energy. Now, is that a conscious thing with you that you go, hey, man, I got to get these guys up, and we got to go. I got to get some energy going. And that's just the way you are.
Well, I think I hope that's just the way I am. I mean, it's obviously it's a blessing for me to be at a program like a Murray State, coaching the game of basketball, and we have very passionate fans. We obviously have very talented players, but for me, it's a dream, living a dream to be able to coach the game of college basketball, and I have a passion for it. So I enjoy getting out there and getting to work with our guys.
Well, Matt, we appreciate you stopping by. I'm sure there were many great players at App State, but he's number one in my book. Thanks for stopping by.
If 7-8 points a game makes you a great player, I'll take it.
Appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach. All right, we're going to take another break here. James Kane is up next as we roll this week on the Racer Report here during Christmas.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. As we mentioned earlier in our show, we're giving Coach the Christmas week off, and it's always a good chance to sit down and visit with the Murray State assistant coaches. You've already met William Small and Matt McMahon, and now James Kane joins us now, also in his second season. And Coach, we're taping this part of the show prior to the road trip to Arkansas State. So the Racer just come off the win against Western Kentucky. You and I were just talking about what a great crowd it was.
Oh, the crowd,
that's fun.
The crowd was phenomenal. You know, it was a great turnout. Western brought a great crowd as well. You know, so as our players feed off the crowd, you know, they did a great job pulling through and helping us get a win.
Yeah, it was a great win, and we're looking forward to the rest of the games leading up to the new year. And then it won't be that long until we get into OVC play. I know you guys are looking forward to that. We got a lot of basketball before that happens, but. You know, how do you see the OVC right now? EKU is playing awfully well.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern Kentucky right now, they're in a battle with Illinois. They're 8-0, last undefeated team in the OVC, and you know Belmont's playing as great basketball as well. You know, from top to bottom, you know it's a very, very difficult league. Any given night, anyone can beat anybody. That's the beauty of college basketball. So we have our work cut out for us, you know, but. Prior to the OVC, you know, we have to focus on Arkansas State.
Well, and we've got some players here that we've been kind of focusing on those in the other segments, and got a couple here that I saved for you to get to have your comments on them. We're going to put up Jeffrey Moss first, freshman, and there's a lot of freshmen on this team, as you well know. But Jeffrey Moss, freshman from Madison, Alabama. Tell me about him a little bit. He's a lefty. Former high school quarterback, he's playing well right now.
Yeah, you know, fortunately for me, I've had the opportunity to see Moss develop over the past 4 years. At Alabama, you know, we recruited him a little bit, came onto campus for team camp and different type of camps during the summertime. You know, over the past 4 years and, you know, even this year, he's matured throughout the years, and he's gotten better, which is a great sign. Like you said, he played football in high school, so he definitely has the mindset, definitely has the IQ for either sport. You know, now it's basketball, to separate himself to a different level. You know, and he's done a tremendous job for us. Now he's a great young man, and you know, I'm looking forward to coaching him for the next 3 years.
I've enjoyed getting to know him as well. Also, Tyler Rambo, who is a kid who was with us last year, sat out. He's a redshirt freshman. And he's already shown the times he's been called on, he's been ready to go. Yeah,
which is a great sign. You know, in this game of basketball, Coach Prohm could call these guys numbers anytime. You know, tonight was Zay Henderson at the 18-minute mark, and he was ready for it. Tyler, you know, he every day, like you said last year, he practiced with the team. He was here to get a jump start, you know, and know our rotations, know our plays, know our defensive schemes to where he knows the identity for him to prepare himself for his freshman year this year. He's competing in practice every day. He's doing everything that coaches ask, and he's a great individual coach as well. He's also a lefty.
Yes, that's right. Racers do have some lefties on the team. And then last but not least, Eric McCree from Orlando, Florida, West Orange High School. I had a chance to see him play a playoff game last spring, and the Racer fans haven't yet seen how explosive this young man can be, but they will. As he goes along and keeps working hard, he's going to get a chance.
Yeah, you know, Eric, it could be a very, very special player once his time's done here at Murray State. You know, right now he has to focus on the defensive side of the ball. Like you said, and you actually saw it in person, you know. So he's very, very skilled, face-up four-man. He's also a lefty, you know, so hopefully that IQ kicks in to where he knows exactly what Coach Prohm's asked for him, but as he continues to grow on this program, he has special times in the near future for him.
Well, this is kind of the way it finished up with 3 lefties in a row there. I didn't plan it out that way, but just real quick, Coach, you're doing a great job. You're in this crazy business of college basketball, and you love it, don't you?
I love every minute of it. I love every minute, you know, being part of these guys' lives. Coach Prohm's given me the opportunity to help him, not only as a coach, but also to help develop these young guys, and our job as assistants is to serve and try to make everyone's life easier. And you know, I'm having a blast.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll be seeing you the rest of this season. We'll take our final break here and come back and wrap it up today on the Christmas edition of the Racer Report.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
Ichalochen ukusanga.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Svůj svět do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
創造你的未來。
Ferestre vedem ke vilagot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi. 探索你的世界。
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Back here to wrap it up on this Christmas week edition of the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. We appreciate the assistant coaches coming on this week, and we'll be catching up with Coach Prohm next week on the Racer Report. But as we leave you today, I want you to meet some of the great colleagues of mine from Murray State Athletics. These are the Christmas greetings that you may have seen here at the CFSB Center. Enjoy these as we wrap it up today on the Racer Report. We'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from women's softball.
Merry Christmas from Racer Football.
How about you, Racer fans? On behalf of the Murray State football team, we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The track and field staff wishes you
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
happy holidays from the men's and women's tennis team.
Season's greetings.
From Murray State Baseball, we wish you a Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, go Racers.
From the men's basketball staff and the women's volleyball staff, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year for everybody out in the friendliest town of Murray, Kentucky.
May the good times and treasures of the present become the golden memories of tomorrow. The Lady Racer basketball family would like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
From Murray State Rifle, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
For the Murray State Athletics Video Production Department,
we'd like to wish you and your family happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Go Racers.
On behalf of the Murray State Athletic Training Department, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Hi, this is Dave Winder. On behalf of the Athletics Media Relations Department, Parker Griffith, John Brush, and Kevin DeVries, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and go Racers!
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
On behalf of Murray State Student Services, we'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
On behalf of Racer Athletics Tickets Office, Marketing and Promotions, we wish you Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from the Murray State University retired employees.
My name is Carl Hussung. I was the faculty athletic representative from 1969 until 1997.
And I'm Bill Whitaker. Merry Christmas. I was faculty rep from 97 to 2010.
And my name is Dave Gessler, and I'm the current faculty rep, and I started in 2010. And from 3 generations of faculty athletic representatives, Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Janet Futrell, and on behalf of the ladies of the athletic department, we'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Go Racers!